roll back a lot of the very harsh laws that were created and partially written by Vice President Biden over 20 years ago, which put a lot of African Americans in prison and really destroyed a generation and did a lot of harm to our country.
Look, I thought he was a foreign policy guy. I didn't know he was also a criminal justice person.
He's always tough when someone else is feeling the pain, and he's not. But we're going to make him feel the pain. You know, folks, it's crushing American farmers in my state, and yours in particular, throughout the Midwest. No one knows it better than the farmers in Iowa and those who rely on them. He thinks he's being tough, but like everything else, he's always tough when he's not the guy getting hit. He's always tough when someone else is feeling the pain, and he's not. But we're going to make him feel the pain before this is over. Press always asks me, don't I wish I were debating him? No, I wish we were in high school, I could take him behind the gym. That's what I wish. I didn't make a mistake, but they asked me, would I like to debate this gentleman? And I said, no. I said, if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him. I shouldn't have said that. But then it was told, that's just locker room talk. Well, I've been in a lot of locker rooms my whole life, a pretty damn good athlete. Any guy who talked that way was usually the fattest, ugliest SOB in the room. Because he plays into the hands of our enemies so uniquely. It's either he is so stupid that he doesn't understand. No, it's possible. It's possible he doesn't understand the damage he's doing.
My name's Sitza Gofard. I'm a senior at the college, and I'm the vice president of the student body here.
Isn't that a bitch? I mean, excuse me.
Why shotgun?
I think the vice president very well knows that sometimes the words don't come out of your mouth the right way.
But I always say what I mean. That if I wanted to be president of the United States, I could be vice president. I never make any big gaps. I mean, you guys love saying that about me.
But often his handsiness and comments
No dates to your 30.
are likened to those of a crazy but lovable uncle. But as they veer toward the more bizarre variety, it's raising questions about appropriate behavior for someone eyeing the White House.
So earlier this week, Biden publicly used the term Shylocks in reference to aggressive money lenders. But it's a word considered anti-Semitic, a reference to a ruthless Jewish lender in Shakespeare's Merchant of Venice.
He said in the first 100 days, he's going to let the big banks once again write their own rules. Unchain Wall Street. They're going to put you all back in chains. In Delaware, the largest growth in population is Indian Americans moving from India. You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking.
Once again, the curse of Biden strikes.
I've gotten to know you well enough. You want me to stop because I'm embarrassing you.
Pardon me?
Every 10 minutes there's a shift in sort of what the strategy is. Again,
Who gives a It's a large, very identifiable Somali community. There's an awful lot who are driving cabs, and are friends of mine, for real. I'm not being solicitous. I'm being serious.
Only 15 Somalis live in the entire state, according to the Census Bureau. And Wilmington cab drivers told CNN they knew of no Somalis driving taxis.
The vice president called the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi today to clarify remarks he made last week during a forum at Harvard.
And our biggest problem is our allies.
I said, Jill, if there's ever a problem, just walk out on the balcony here, or walk out, put that double-barrel shotgun, and fire 2 blasts outside the house. All this stuff about how different Barack Obama is. They're just not used to somebody really smart. They're just not used to somebody who's really well educated. They just don't know quite how to handle it. Because if he's as smart as Barack is, he mustn't be from my neighborhood. His mom lived in Long Island for 10 years or so. God rest her soul. And although your mom's still alive as your dad passed. God bless her soul. A man who will be the next president of the United States, Barack America.
It happens to be, as Barack says, a three-letter word, jobs. J-O-B-S, jobs. Now is the time to heed the timeless advice from Teddy Roosevelt. Speak softly and carry a big stick. End of quote. I promise you, the president has a big stick. Buy a shotgun. Buy a shotgun.